What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the long-rumored and yet-to-come PlayStation Showcase. This time from Special Nick, obviously on Twitter. He said, so because I've been getting asked, I asked if Sony had a planned show for September and got told that at the moment the plan is for a show in August, but just to make sure that those that want to be pissed at me will be, not sure if it will be moved, was also part of the reply. And that's the end of the tweet. Now, there's a lot of back and forth, and I think it's pretty valid, and it's pretty okay to have a pretty back and forth on Nick when it comes to PlayStation stuff, simply because of the Sly Cooper and Infamous stuff, right? Obviously, he was the pioneer in Sly Cooper, and really then Infamous, but mainly Sly, and obviously that stuff kind of fell apart pretty quickly. Now, is it still possible that one day those games come? God, I hope so. But, obviously, things are a little, rough when it comes to him, and if people believe him, again, specifically with Sony. Again, I'm not going to tell you what to believe. You guys take it with a grain of salt. You guys believe it. You guys don't believe it. The reason I guess I'm talking about it is it's just because it's another person saying it. Now, I don't love kind of the messaging, because it basically boiled down. It's, well, I was told that the showcase could be in August, but it could also be delayed till September, and then it could be delayed till October. It's a cop-out kind of mentality. I prefer it, and you know what, honestly, he did this in the past. Just go all, and I understand, by the way, it's his source that's telling him, it's not necessarily him, but I prefer that leakers just kind of put it all on the line. That way, if it's true, it's true. If it's not true, it's not true, and you can't fall back on, well, I did say it was possible, right? Like for Sly is happening. Sly for sure is happening. And then when it doesn't, or if it doesn't, then it's, okay, you were blatantly wrong. Now we know to trust you or not to trust you. And again, that's completely up to the individual. That's up to you. That's up to me if we want to believe Nick. But here's the thing. There is going to be a PlayStation Showcase. I think August honestly doesn't make sense, and I'll say why in a second. So I'm going to say September. So if I'm going to read into what he says or kind of follow it along, I'm going to guess that it was quote-unquote, or it's going to be quote-unquote delayed, pushed back into September. I'm not saying you can't do it this month along with Gamescom, but that is my primary reason. Gamescom is just a few weeks away. I think August 23rd, 24th. It's really, it's 3 weeks, right? And in 3 weeks, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Now, we know Sony's not going, and we know that Sony's not going probably because they're going to do their own stuff, right, at a PlayStation Showcase. But I just think, I don't know, if you don't do it over the next 2 weeks, which to me doesn't seem all that likely, then I don't think you're going to do it the week of Gamescom. And Gamescom, I think, goes from like the Wednesday or Thursday all the way through to like the following Monday. So it takes, Gamescom is like a 5-6 day event. I think it's slightly longer by maybe a day or so than like an E3. So, again, could Sony do it at like the same time for like competition, especially if Xbox goes? Xbox would have been at, their thing that they did during E3 time in June. And then if they go again in Gamescom, it's like, all right, well, is Sony going to do anything? But the answer is yes, they are, just at a PlayStation Showcase, right? So that's why, if you're asking, well, why are you covering this? This is the reason why. It's just another person saying it. We all kind of expect a PlayStation Showcase. Honestly, I can't imagine we get by September without having one. I think there are some people that's a little kind of bullish on that, where it's like, well, I honestly, it could be like October, November. It doesn't have to be in September. Obviously, we're just going based off of history of the last couple of years. They don't have to do, they did PlayStation Experience. That was historically in December, right? That was like an end of the year kind of like an event, not necessarily to rival, but just a different thing than the Game Awards. So we'll see what they do, but obviously we're going to get one. And honestly, I was expecting September. I think some people, honestly, again, were expecting October and later, and then now you have this where, maybe it's in August. I would say if it's in August, it'll probably be, and this is just my guess, it would be the very, very end, like the very end of August, that last, and I think the 31st is like on a Wednesday or something, so like that last, and then September 1 and 2 is the beginning, and September 2nd is The Last of Us Part 1, right, the remake. So maybe that final week that goes into September, that would be, and that's kind of almost September, but it's not, right, so it's kind of in the middle. So we'll see what happens, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.